Good morning, everyone. Nice having you here again today. Today is 26th of February. Thank you for joining us for our Mindful Mom Hangout. It's always nice having you around anytime we have a presentation. And today we'll be discussing on parenting with patience, overcoming frustration during difficult moments. Yes, this is a very important topic, especially in the lives of we mothers. How do we handle frustrations during difficult moments? There are a lot of time that we feel so overwhelmed with situations around us, especially maybe losing a job, or we don't have a job, or finding it difficult to secure a job. It's always transfer to our children and our husband most times. Children pay the price most times. And this today we are talking about how can we manage this? How can we really manage this so that our children will not be seeing us as, Mom, why are you so upset with me? You need to understand me as well. So I want us to relax. I want us to be patient. I want us to see ourselves as the best mother we can think of. I want us to see these children as blessings to us. As I always say, a happy mother is a happy family. A happy family gives us a happy community, because it's the happiness our children takes to school that will make their friends in school to be happy as well. The teachers will be happy because they will be teachable. People will want to be around them, and people will love our children whenever they see them. So we have to really work on this. So today, I want us to know that parenting is rewarding, but it comes with its challenges. We all know that it is rewarding, but it comes with its challenges. So, what are parts of these challenges? What are these challenges? I just mentioned earlier on. It may be maybe you didn't have help, especially for some of us that migrated to a new environment. We are far away from our families. We hardly see people to come around to help us. I was discussing with a mother yesterday, and she was telling me, oh, I hardly see people to assist me. It's always me and me alone with the children. My husband is working, so it's always so exhausting. Yes, it is exhausting when you don't see people around you to assist you. But at the same time, how do we handle this situation? We don't need to feel frustrated. Even at that, there are solutions to every problem. So today we will navigate this frustration and as well respond with patience during difficult moments. And the first question I have for us today is, why do parents experience frustration? Especially mothers, why do we experience frustration? Husband, fathers too, they experience frustration. So that's why I'm using the word parents. Why do parents experience frustration? One, lack of sleep. And lack of sleep can come from any angle. Lack of sleep, stress, unrealistic expectations. These last two, unrealistic expectations and stress, can lead to lack of sleep. It can lead to lack of sleep, because when you have a lot of things that have been bottled up in your mind, maybe stress from work, fathers especially, stress from work, your supervisor is a turn on your neck, or your co-workers, or whatever can come from work especially. And because there is no cordial, can I use the word cordial relationship, or there is no communication, instead for you to communicate with your spouse, with your wife, on what you are going through, you transfer, you interpret it with your mood, your emotions. So you pass it across, and with that, and the mother too is stressed, your wife is stressed, And with that, we'll be like, oh, why is this lady does not even understand what I'm going through? And the wife too will be like, why is he not getting me right? I've been home since morning with the children. I've not been doing anything for myself. And it's coming back just nagging and this. There's no communication. So both of you are stressed, and both of you, it will lead to lack of sleep. You will not be able to sleep, because when you even go to bed, your mind is not resting. You are dwelling on the stress you are bringing from work. You are dwelling with the stress at home. Definitely your children will be beaten with this your stress transfer to them, because even when they want to pass a message across to you, the way you will even change that face to them, they don't even want to approach you. They will run away, because you are not even your face is not inviting. So they will feel so scared of talking to you, and you will be frustrated because there is no communication. So the whole house will be like, let me use the word, don't let me use hell on earth, it will be heaven on earth. So frustration, how are you handling this? How are you really handling this frustration? You have to acknowledge your emotions. This is the first thing, the first step in managing it. One, you have to know that you have been stressed, or maybe something is bothering your mind. You have to first of all acknowledge that. That's the best thing you can do to yourself. You don't need to deceive yourself on that, oh, I'm fine. Even when your wife comes to you or your husband comes to you, what's wrong? You change, your look is somehow be like, oh, I'm fine. You know you are not fine. So instead for you to use the word you are fine, yes, it's good to be positive. I understand. Yes. I always tell us we need to be positive. Very good. Yes, very, very good to be positive. But at the same time, acknowledge that you are not fine. This is your wife we are talking about here. This is your husband we are talking about here. If your children are older, these are your children we are talking about here. Talk to them. I am not fine. I'm going through this at my place of work. This is happening. This is happening. By the time you discuss it, that burden will be lifted. There will be a shift in your mind, because you will feel relieved. You will feel relieved. There is a science behind you discussing what you are going through. Problem shared is half solved. How is this calculation done? When you open your mouth to talk about your problem, that relief will come in. You will feel so relieved. And in the course of you discussing it, the person you are discussing with may have a solution for you, may not have a solution for you, but we have an encouraging word for you. That's one of the reasons you have to surround yourself with positive minded people that can tell you that don't worry, the best is coming, just relax your mind. This has really helped me a lot in my own relationship. Anytime I'm down and I talk to my husband about it, we're like, don't disturb yourself about it's kind of person that it doesn't take things too serious like that. So everything is always a joke. When you tell him something, he will be like, please don't disturb yourself about it. Though at times I may feel like, don't you even understand the gravity of this thing. And we're like, no, you don't have to disturb yourself. Okay, bring your hands and let's pray together about it. And by the time we pray, I will feel relieved. The same thing with the children. They've learned something now. Even if any of them is sick and we are feeling so disturbed, what's going on? We've tried this. We're like, Mommy, let's pray. They come together, we join hands together and we'll pray. So with that, it relieves that stress. With that, it makes us not to feel frustrated, and it helps us to always move out of that frustration very fast. We don't dwell too much on it. Frustration is normal. I want you to know that, yes, frustration is very, very normal, but how we handle it is different. Some people, they can, like, in a twinkle of an eye, they are fine and they move on. While some people, they will have to start dwelling and dwelling and dwelling on it. We don't have to blame them. It's not their fault. It's because of maybe the situation or the position they have found themselves. So we really need to help people like this, especially in our church. We should not be judgmental about things. The way we pass the judgment, oh, why will you do this? We pass judgment a lot. we should try as much as possible to help, to come and help. We really need to rally around and help people on this. What are your top triggers as parents? What are the things that triggers your frustration? What are the things that discourages you? I want to learn from you. What are the things that you know that once you see this thing, you are off? You are off. A lot of things could have resulted into this. I know one of the common things for mothers is not seeing help when they really need it, or encouraging words from our spouses. When we don't receive those encouraging words, it pushes people away. Especially mothers, because they feel so down. For mothers that sacrifice their job just because they want to take care of the children, and not seeing anyone to like encourage them, at the end of the day, it can lead to frustration. So my next question is, how often do you encourage your wife? As a father or as a husband, how often do you encourage your wife? And as a wife, how often do you encourage your husband? Are you just always complaining, always being on his neck? Oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you've not done this for us, you've not done that for us. Or we try as much as possible, even saying a words of prayer. Oh, don't worry, I know God will help you. You are going places, just relax your mind. The best is coming your way. How often do we encourage our husbands? How often, as a husband, how often do you encourage your wife? So when we encourage each other, it helps us not to be frustrated, not to feel frustrated. Now, what's the impact of frustration on our children? Impact of frustration on our children. Do you know that children pick up on parents' emotions? If you are the nagging type, you are not welcoming, you are saucy, your children will pick that first. Even if you are nice, they will not pick the nice part of you. They will pick the bad side of you more than the positive side of you. So we have to be mindful of how we allow our emotions around our children. And you know, one thing about emotion is you can't hide it. It will reveal itself. So we really need to deal with this. We really need to handle this with care. Unchecked frustrations can lead to increased stress in children. When you don't check your frustration, it can lead to increased stress in children. It can affect them in school. I've had a story of a young child, he was in school and the teachers were worried, what's going on? Why do you withdraw yourself from your classmates? You don't want to relate with people. And, there is a way the teachers here are trained that the child will voice out. Do you know that the mother have been abused with the father every now and then? So, and this child sees it almost every day. And that is affecting that child in school. Definitely, it's going to affect that child's performance as well. It's going to affect the performance of that child. So, how often do we allow our children to even witness this frustration? It's not our fault, yes. It's just that we just need help. Yes, we really need help. I know we need help. So today I'm encouraging us. We have to take it easy, relax, look for someone you can pour out your heart to. If it's your husband, your baby papa, or whatever, your parents, your siblings that you can talk to, you can pour out your heart to about what is making you to be frustrated so that your children will not be stressed. Two, a cycle of reactive parenting. These are some of the unchecked frustrations, a cycle of reactive parenting. We really need to sit down and evaluate our parenting style. How are we doing it? Do we raise our voice every now and then? We really need to sit down and deal with this? How will I address these children without me raising my voice? You can deal with your children without raising voice. Especially we parents from Africa, we believe until you raise your voice, that's when the children will hear you. No, not all the time. I can say I'm a product of a mother that is very gentle. My mom is very, when I use the word very gentle, I'm not sure I've ever seen my mother being angry before. Sincerely, I'm not sure I've ever seen her being angry before. The I think the peak when she's angry will be like, well done. Like that's it. That's the peak for her. I've never seen her being angry before. But did she train us? Yes, but she's gentle, if I say gentle. And God really granted her that wisdom that we were unable to even take that gentility for granted. We could not, we dare not. Because when my mom sits you down and scold you, her own scolding, she will sit you down and talk sense into your life. So by the time she talks sense into your life, she will not use abusive words, but by the time she talks sense into your life, you will go back inside your room and have a rethink of your life. That's our home style of parenting, and that really helped us. It helped us, and it was so easy for us to be able to relate. We were able to easily relate with her. It helped. Then, when we were growing up, yes, we may not really appreciate the way she do some things, but today I can go back and always reflect on all those days that she trained us in her own gentility style, parenting style. Check it out. It's your parenting style. Even you raising your voice, we make you to always be. You feel so agitated. You always your pressure will be high because you are screaming, you are yelling, you are. So you need to really take it easy. Another unchecked frustration is that feelings of guilt or regret in parents. We feel guilty. Oh, I wish I have a good job so that I can take care of these children. Or, oh, I've been spending too much time at my job and I'm not taking care of these children enough. These children are not having the best of me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying we should not evaluate our time, but at the same time, we need to sit down and review some things. Don't live your life on regret. Don't live your life on regret, on guilt. Sit down. You can even discuss with your children or your spouse. Are you comfortable with this, my new job? Are you comfortable with me staying at home? What are the things you want me to do? For the children, do you want me to be going to a 4 hours walk, come back home to pick you up at school? Discuss with them. Don't just do things with you are the one doing the thinking, you are the one taking the action, you are the one moving. Discuss with them. So when you communicate, it will help you. It will help your mind, it will help your emotions. You will stay healthy and you will have a healthy family. I have a reflection exercise for us. Think of a moment when frustration got the best of you. How did it affect your child's response? Yes, one moment that frustration got the best of you. How did it affect your child's response? I will share mine. I remember the time I was doing a prerequisite courses and I had an exam that day. And I was writing the exam, it was an online exam, and suddenly my first son started throwing up. And he came to me, was like, Mommy, I need help. I'm throwing up. I'm on the exam or a proctor. I felt so destabilized that day. I was like, oh goodness, what is this? How do I want to even balance this together? At the point, the invigilator was like, you just have to reschedule this exam. I felt so bad, but it's really helped me. Yes, the boy felt bad that I have to leave my exam because definitely I was sad too, but I did not utter a word. I felt so bad, and at the point was like, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, that's okay. It wasn't your fault. You're not feeling fine. I just have to stand up. I just have to sacrifice that. I did not pass that. Even when I rescheduled, I did not pass that exam. So, but that's part of the sacrifice of being a mother. The way we handle situation, you know, it helps. So how will it affect our children's response to matters? It felt bad, and he came back to me and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yes, that's compassion, because I had compassion on him. He too had compassion on me. But if I've raised my voice, what's the meaning of this? Why can't you just go and do this? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Next time, I will reap my fruit of what I've sown. I will reap it. Because if I raise that voice, it will come back to me again. So we really need to pay attention to all this. What are the practical strategies to stay patient? One, we need to pause and breathe. In a situation like that, like the last example I made for myself, when we came, okay, calm down, calm down. You need to pause and breathe. So when you take a deep breath before reacting, it will help you to control yourself. You'll be able to control yourself. You will not say what you are not expected to say, and it will calm your nerves. Two, reframe the situation. Ask, what is my child trying to communicate? Yes, the boy came because he needed help. So I have to listen to him at that time. It wasn't his fault. He was sick. So he's trying to pass the message across to me that, Mom, I'm sick. I need help. He has messed up the bathroom already and he just needed attention. So I have to just, after taking my breath, okay, you are sick. All right, let's go. Three, use positive self-talk. You really need to use positive self-talk. Replace I can't handle it. Like, oh my goodness, I can't, for now, I don't even want to handle this mess. Don't use that word. Just say, I am learning and growing. I am learning, I'm growing. So in the course of you using these words, I am learning and growing, or this child is a blessing to me, I don't need to complain. With that, it will help. Three, four, step away if needed. Taking a short break can prevent reactive responses. For example, you just finished cleaning your living room, your children are back from school, and they help you to rearrange the whole place. You understand when I use the word rearrange? I don't use the word scatter. Don't mind me. They rearrange the whole place. And you are tired, you have plans for the day. Getting there, you don't supposed to like start yelling. All you just need to do, what I do most times, I step away. I can go to the kitchen and go and sing praises to God, take hymns and sing and sing. By the time I finish singing, I will now come back and start working on, okay, you come and do this, and we'll be fine. The fifth thing is, have a go-to calming techniques. You need a calming techniques. Prayer. I just told us about praises now, singing hymns. You can pray. You can go on your knees and just like, God, have mercy, help me, give me the strength, help me with this, help me with that. And taking a deep breath, we mentioned it earlier on. You can go and do some exercises. You can take a walk. You can go to the park if you are close to the park. This will really help you. It will really help you. Building a more patient mindset. You need to set realistic expectations. And what's the realistic thing here is kids will be kids. We have to know, put that at the back of our mind. Kids will be kids. They will help you rearrange your room. They will help you rearrange your living room. It is normal. That's why they are kids. That's why they are in your house. So you must have this at the back of your mind that kids are kids. Perfection is not the goal here. Perfection is not the goal. So put this, when you have this at the back of your mind, it will help you to keep going. Then focus on connection. overcorrection. You need to engage with empathy rather than punishment. It's not just about punishing the children every now and then. You need to empathize with them. You need to sit down with them, understand them, let them understand, try to understand what they are communicating with to you. So with that, that will help both party. And three, take care of yourself. You really need to take care of yourself. A well rested and emotionally balanced parent is more patient. When you are not stressed, you'll be more patient. So try as much as possible to evaluate if you are being stressed or not. You really need to evaluate this, if you are being stressed or not. I have a question for you. What self care habits help you stay patient? What self-care habits help you stay patient? Yes, for me, when I sleep well, I need to sleep. I love my sleep. So when I sleep and wake up, I feel refreshed. And it's helped me to be much more patient. Responding versus reacting. Reacting, it comes with immediate, emotional, and often regretful. So when you react immediately, reaction is more immediate because you did not think before you take that action. And most times it's regretful. You may even lose the bond between you and the children or between you and your spouse. Most times, sudden reaction is one of the things that even break homes these days. Things that you should have just sit down and iron out things amicably. Overreacting can just scatter the whole thing. Responding, when you are responding, it helps you to be thoughtful, you are calm, and it makes it effective. You can use the PAR method. What's the PAR method? You pause, you acknowledge, and you respond. You pause before you react. You need to pause before you react. You need to acknowledge your child's feelings. Then you respond with clarity and care. A child throws a tantrum in public. How would you handle it? Or maybe you go to a store and the way your son behave, you don't like, maybe he just suddenly started rolling on the floor. How will you handle it? Would you have spanked him in the store? How are you going to handle that? Definitely, you have to pause. You will acknowledge his feelings at that moment. Then you respond. You redirect him, right? Okay. Encouraging positive behavior with patience. Praise efforts. You have to praise efforts, not just results. Oh, I appreciate the way you children have rearranged this place. Can you please help me to make it well well arranged the way you met it? You have to praise their effort. So with that, little by little, they get adjusted and they know that, oh, mommy does not like the way we do the our own arrangements. You want us to like make the place organized. Use I statements. I feel happy when you listen. Don't use you don't always listen. Are you deaf? Oh, you are stupid. Don't use all those words. Don't use all those words. All those words are can I use the word depressing? It's not good. They are not encouraging. So try as much as possible to use words that are encouraging. Use words like, oh, I feel happy. I'm happy when you do the best, when you do your homework. I'm happy when you make this environment clean. I'm happy when you arrange your room or when you lay your bed. Don't just say your room is always scattered. You don't do the best. You don't listen. You don't do that. It will make them to you are pushing them away. So draw them closer to you. Model the behavior you want to see. If you are the nagging type, they will start nagging. If you are the compassionate type, they will have compassion. If you are the loving type, caring type, they will. They will. And if you are the uncaring type, yes, that's the model you are building. So you have to be mindful of what of the role model you are building or playing around them. You really need to pay attention to this. I'm going to create a personal parenting affirmation for us. We really need this. You know, parenting affirmation always help us. Oh, I'm the best parent. I'm creating the best in my children. Parenting is easy. I'm going to eat the fruit of my labor upon my children. My children are listening to me. We need it. We need to be saying all these words. Even when we are saying it now, that, oh, they are not listening. See it from your mind that they are listening. My children are calm. My children are nice. My children understand me. My children communicate well. My children want the best. I can see the best in my children. So when we are saying that, when we are doing that, it will help us. It will help us not to be frustrated. It will help the children to not to be frustrated. Parenting is a journey, and patience is a skill that grows over time. Parenting is a journey, and patience is a skill that grows over time. Yes, mistakes happen. I want us to know that mistakes happen. Grant yourself grace. No one is above mistake. The same thing with our children. So we must learn from it. We need to give them that grace. We need to give them the grace to grow while we give ourselves the grace to grow as well. Small, consistent efforts make a big difference. Small, consistent efforts make a big difference. Thank you so much for joining this session this morning. If you need a support group, you can join our Mindful Moms community for ongoing support. You can subscribe to our social media handle. We want to hear from you. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly parenting tips. We are starting a series on parenting in March. Share your biggest takeaway from today's session. We want to read from you. Thank you for the encouragement. If you have any question, you can send us a DM, send a chat, and we'll definitely respond to your questions. Thank you so much for joining us today. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.